And finally, after 10,000 years, I'm free to explain why Rita Repulsa, not a bad person. So, today is gonna be the day that I'm gonna break it down here for you. On bottoms.com, that's exactly what we're gonna do. I don't believe that anybody is ever truly evil, especially Rita Repulsa. Go Power Rangers. New. The iconic theme song of many a childhood everywhere. Some of you younger folk out there watching this right now might not be familiar with the earlier series, so let me break down a few details here for you. Rita Repulsa was in the first of 29 seasons spanning 21 iterations of Power Teams, starting off in the year 1993. Taking place in the town of Angel Grove, 5 high schoolers' lives are changed forever when Zordon, a smoke alien from Eltar, senses a shift in the universe. That shift being some well-meaning astronauts releasing Rita Repulsa from her space prison along with her whole team. So naturally, Zordon wants the best team of recruits that can be assembled to take on this cosmic threat. What does a team like that look like? Well, it looks like 5 teenagers with attitude, which is exactly what he does with no problem with the color scheme whatsoever. Also, don't worry about how these are the most adult-looking high schoolers you'll ever see. Alright, so you're caught up on the broad strokes of the series now. Every week, this super team would take on a new bad guy who would get soundly defeated. Twice. Once as a regular monster, and once as a big monster. The person in charge of what monster to send down that week was Rita Repulsa, who would do so with the help of her leprechaun wizard sidekick, Finster. Finster would use his monster magic to turn a little bit of clay into some kind of wildly flailing abomination every week. From there, Rita Repulsa would throw down her space scepter, laser exploding some citizens, and putting that monster in their place. Now, this all sounds like the work of someone truly evil, right? Well, I'm here to argue that not only was Rita Repulsa not evil, but she was actually a good, albeit misguided, person. That's right, we finally got to the issue at hand, which is Rita Repulsa had a bad rap. Not a literal rap, although that would be a very 1990 thing to do. So much so that I actually had to look up if there was a Rita Repulsa rap. There's not. Like, if there was one, it'd probably be something like, "My name is Rita Repulsa. I'm in Angel Grove and not Tulsa. My best friend says Misa is Jar Jar Binks and he likes pizza. 5 ninja, all the Ninja Turtles, they're just a bunch of green hurdles. I'll put them in their place because I'm a witch from outer space. Hey, oh, boom." Dope rapping aside, let's address what you nerds out there in internet land are probably thinking right now. She stands down literal monsters that cause damage and try to kill costume teenagers. How could she possibly be a good person? To that I say, take out your retainer. You're slobbering everywhere. And to answer that question, it's not the monsters themselves, it's how she chooses the monsters that makes her good. Look, she could just send down a TNT monster every single week and just chip away at the city like that. It would be so easy for her, but she doesn't do that. Instead, she specifically watches over these kids, sees what their problems are, and then sends out a monster specifically to help them with those problems. Rita is doing these kids a favor by letting them face their issues head on. Like the adults, they aren't quite yet. Canonically, at least. Billy was literally 24 when the series was filmed. If anything, Rita's just filling in the role of student counselor that these kids are severely lacking in their school. No well-adjusted, normal teenager is getting beamed up by a space alien, being told they need to save the world, getting killed on a nearly weekly basis, and then just be super chill and do Taibo about it. Here, let's think about the monster she's sent down. Here, close your eyes, imagine these issues. Trini struggling with gymnastics, Pinoctopus knows all the moves. The team is hosting a food fair but doesn't really know that much about food. Well, Pudgy Pig is all about that food, baby! Well, Billy gets his first B on a report card and isn't so happy about it. Well, Grumblebee will descend from the moon and teach Billy that, hey, sometimes failure's okay. In community college, not that bad. These are all real examples of things that have happened on the show. And these examples also go to show the lengths that Rita will go to help these kids grow and mature as humans. You have to remember, Rita Repulsa has been locked up in a moon prison for 10,000 years at this point. All she knows is prison love. She can't just come down and give the Rangers a big old hug and tell them that she's all proud of them or whatever. It's not her love language. It's like when grandma gives you way more food than you can handle. It's not the healthiest thing, but like, you know, she cares. And you just gotta eat it up. Also remember, the monster that she's meticulously sending down to Earth here are going down to die. It's an extraordinary sacrifice on her part. Finally, let's address why people might think she's a bad person to begin with. Her name is literally Repulsa. To which I say, shame on you. Judging a person based on their name and profession. There's good witches out there too, you know. Like Glinda. Good witches literally in her name. Which does make me suspicious about her good witch nature, but that's for another time. I don't think there's a lot that Rita could have done with a name like that without raising some kind of suspicion. She leaned into it and made the most of the lemons that she was given. After fighting the forces of evil for a season or two, many of the Rangers just went on to live their lives and just take on the world in their own way, including Zach, Trini, and Jason. Jason headed his own power team to take on a different force of evil. Decisions I believe they all made because of the confidence they gained from taking on Rita Repulsa's monsters. If you can take on a soccer armadillo, then you can take on anything. They were ready for anything that came their way, and they knew it. All thanks to one generous, benevolent, self-sacrificing woman, Rita Repulsa. But also, don't look up the real world stories of the Rangers. A lot of them not super happy. And yeah, that's the one major bottom from Power Rangers that just needed to be addressed. If you like it, agree with it, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, maybe share this with your local costume power team. And I'm just gonna go do some Taibo in the park now before some kind of 8-legged lasagna monster attacks next week. And hopefully that situation will be resolved as easily as this one. And that right there is the end of season 1. Will there be a season 2? Only time will tell. Perhaps there'll be more optimism next time. Maybe we'll do some top 5s. Maybe top 5 meal delivery services, or perhaps top 5 waterproof sneakers that are fashionable under any circumstance, or top 5 all-in-one website builders that allow anyone with a restaurant or perhaps a gym to build their own website. In the meantime, feel free to go back and watch any of the previous episodes, maybe check out some of the shorts, or yeah, I don't know if there's anything floating. I don't know if I've learned that or how to do that at this point or not, but yeah, I hope you all have a lovely day, and happy holidays, and good morning, and good evening, and good afternoon, and bonne nuit, bonjour.